What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Nicole D. So, I wanted to talk to you guys about some things. But first, things first, I'm going to need you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click the bell notification so that way you can be the first one to know when I upload a video. Okay, enough of that. I'm going to sit down here on the toilet and talk to you guys. So, Bobby Mahaffey, I think is the name. He commented and he was asking me about what it was like when I first got into recovery, and was it hard to start sharing the things that I'm sharing with you guys now. And so I wanted to talk to you guys about that. My first 30 days in treatment, the first 2 weeks, you guys, I was a freaking wreck. First of all, I was trying to sneak Xanaxes in the whole time. And half the time I succeeded. And then the other half, I got caught. And then I had to really, get to work. So the second 2 weeks that I was in treatment, it's like something finally clicked. And it was like, I got to make a change or I'm going to lose my son. So that was like a pivotal moment for me, because it was like, if I don't get sober, I'm going to lose my kid. And if I don't get sober, I'm going to die. And my son's not going to have a mom. Period. So, the second 2 weeks of treatment, I really started opening up and sharing about how I felt. And I just got to this point where I was like, I knew I needed help. And I knew that I had to get honest. Like, I knew that I had to start sharing what was going on inside my mind, because that was what was always holding me back from recovering. I would always keep these secrets and lies and not tell people what was going on. And I would just like, twist the truth and manipulate it, and just lies and not talking about it. And so it didn't happen overnight. I wasn't like just telling my life story like I am now to you guys. This is 3 years in. I have been sharing my experience for 2.5 years now. And so I've gotten comfortable with talking about what I have been through. I started out small. I started out by just talking to my sponsor about things. But you guys, like, you got to get honest with somebody. You've got to talk to somebody. Now, you don't got to get on YouTube and tell everybody your life story like I do, but you need to talk to somebody that you can trust. Somebody that has been through what we've been through, like a sponsor, a mentor, an accountability partner, a therapist, a doctor, someone that you can talk to on a regular basis about how you're feeling. You guys out there, you men, it's different for you guys, because men are different than women. Where I just opened up and started sharing my experience and trying to get help right away, my husband is just now starting to actually share about how he feels and talk to his sponsor on a level to where his sponsor can actually offer him some help. And that has been a handicap for him, because he has relapsed. In the 3 years that I've been sober, he's relapsed a couple times because he wouldn't talk about what was going on. He wanted to try to handle it on his own. So what you guys out there, it's going to be a lot of pride. It's going to try and tell you, oh, well, I should be able to handle this on my own. I shouldn't have to tell anybody that my business. That's your addiction. Pride and ego is the manifestation of your addiction. Pride and ego is what wants to keep you isolated and sick and secretive and lying and manipulating. When you get into treatment or wherever you're going, Bobby, get in there and tell them, I need help. I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? Just tell them, I don't know what to do. I need help. And that opens you up to showing them, like, I don't know what I need to do. I need guidance. And then that shows them that you want the help. Because going in and being quiet and not saying anything, what will happen a lot of the times, especially if you go into a treatment center where there's a lot of other people, you'll just kind of get looked over and pushed to the side because, well, you're not causing any trouble and you're not saying anything either. So speak up and say, I need help. I'm willing to do what I need to do. I'm ready to get honest. Please help me. Show me how to live my life. That's all you're really doing when you get into recovery is those first 30 days in treatment. That's like to help you get dried out and to help you get off the drugs. And then the time after that, when you get out, is like learning how to live life. That's all that we're doing when we get into recovery, is somebody's helping us and guiding us and teaching us how to live our lives without drugs and alcohol. And it's, at first it's scary because you're like, what do you mean no drugs and alcohol? It's like, that's what we did. That's how we coped, was with drugs. That's how if something happened and we were upset, we would cope with drugs. If something happened and we were celebrating, we would cope with drugs. But if you think about it, just dumb it down, real simple. You don't know how to live your life without drugs and alcohol. So you need guidance from somebody else who has been down that road before, who has learned how to live their life without drugs and alcohol. And that's what they call a sponsor. You guys, I'm telling you right now, there's 3 cornerstones to recovery: honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. Okay? If you're honest with yourself and you can say, I need help, I can't do this anymore, I'm done. Okay? If you're open and minded enough to take suggestions and willing to do whatever it takes, you can recover. You can recover. And it doesn't matter if you choose to go the medically assisted treatment route where you're on methadone or Suboxone or Vivitrol. It doesn't matter if you do abstinence. It doesn't matter what you do. Whatever you've got to do that works for you, that's all that matters. Do not let anybody shame you into thinking that there's only one way to recover, because that's a common misconception, is that, well, if you're not doing abstinence-based AA or NA, then you're not in recovery. And that's just not how it is, you guys. Like, there's so many different people in the world, and there's so many different ways to recover. There's Celebrate Recovery, Smart Recovery, AA, NA, HA, CA, all kinds of things. All kinds of things. You can go to church, but the thing I do is I do 12 steps AA with medically assisted treatment combined together in therapy, and it has saved my life. It's changed my life. So in the beginning, to answer your question, Bobby, yeah, I didn't want to tell any of this stuff. I didn't want to tell that I was hurting. I didn't want to admit that I was insecure. I didn't want to admit that I used drugs because I hated myself, because I felt like I wasn't worthy. But when I did, it was like a freaking awakening. When I finally admitted, like, I'm broken inside and I need help, it was like, I don't even know how to explain it. It was just like something clicked. It was like a light bulb went on inside my brain, and I was like, this is just every day, you guys. I wake up and I thank God for helping me stay sober. I thank Him for that day, that previous day, and I ask Him to guide me in this day to day. I have thoughts sometimes. I think about drugs sometimes, especially when I've been telling these story times to you guys. And I was really in a bad place at the beginning of the week. I don't know if it was because I was like talking about the drugs I was doing or what, but I had to really talk myself through it and go, this too shall pass, Nicole. It's okay. I'm a drug addict. I was an addict for like over 13 years. Of course I'm going to think about drugs. Of course I'm going to remember the drugs and how they made me feel. That's called euphoric recall. Our brains only recall the good part. That's euphoric recall. Your brain's not going to remember the bad part automatically. You have to initiate those memories. The good memories are the only memories the brain will bring up. Check it out. Kind of think about it. See. Unless you have like PTSD or something like that. But a lot of the time, it's just euphoric recall. Good thoughts of good times that you had when you were getting messed up. I can do videos, you guys, like two times a week on just talking about the disease of addiction and what I do to stay sober. And we can study and I can teach you guys all the things that I know if you would like me to do that. just let me know. But I'll tell you, it wasn't easy, because that's what kept me relapsing for so long. I probably relapsed for a good 5 or 6 years. Was I wouldn't get honest. I wouldn't talk about what I was feeling. I wouldn't, like, I would keep it inside. I would just not say anything. I would think I should, my thinking told me I should be able to handle it on my own. And so that kept me sick, you guys. I kept relapsing, kept on getting new sponsors. And finally, something just clicked. And I'm telling you, it was because my son got taken. And I was like, I'm not losing my kid. That's my little angel, you know. And that was like what pushed me into the next level to say, I got to make a change, and I got to get honest. Like, I got to be real. And so now that's what I do 24/7. Like, I am straight up. What you see is what you get. Like, I can't afford to lie about stuff, because that shit will take me back into my addiction. That's how fucking serious it is for me, you guys. Like, I gotta be 100% honest at all times. I don't go into my job and do anything I'm not supposed to do. I don't steal. I don't cheat. I don't lie. Like, because that shit will tell my brain that it's okay. You know what I mean? And then I'll fall back into my old behavior. So this video is for you, Bobby. I hope it helped you out, Bobby Mahaffey. If you want me to talk about anything else, just talk to me down in the comments. Ask me some questions and I'll make a video about it. All right. Bye, you guys.